Hello, hello, projectors. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to have you guys here. I'm just gonna wait 1 second and just make sure we're all good. I also would love to go and just make sure, for some reason, like you can't really see the comments or who's here. So I am gonna go into, okay. Oh, you guys, this is gonna be so good. Welcome to so many new members that joined this morning. One of my clients said that she mentioned me. I'm just gonna make sure I don't make a bunch of sound here. She mentioned me in the Manifestation Babe group, so I'm so grateful for all the new faces, and I hope I can really illuminate some things in terms of human design for you and just get you really excited about your design, because we have the best human design. They all have their bonuses, but we're the best, guys. Say I've already been live for 7 minutes. It's only been 1 minute. That's kind of worrying. Has it been recording me before I was ready? Because that's embarrassing. Anyway, let's hope not. Okay, so I'm so excited that you guys are here, as I said, and this was really inspired, this whole event was inspired by my upcoming course, which is called Projectors Getting Paid, which starts on Monday, March 8th, so consider this kind of like a sneak preview of all the goodies that are going to be inside that course. It's a 1-month long course, and I'm just really honored to help other projectors find their way, and I know that this is going to be super mind-blowing for you guys. And also for the next 24 hours only, I have a $44.44 off coupon that you can use for attending this event to the Projectors Getting Paid course. So just use the code PAID projectors, all one word, capitals, and that will get you $44.44 off, because that's my lucky number, which I have a very long story about, but I will not bore you with it, but it has to do with meeting my husband. Hello, Beba. I think that's right. Thank you so much for being here. Say hello. Let me know if you're watching, and just let me know if there's any questions that you have, burning questions around being a projector that I can help answer during this live stream, because I have the answers for you. So just a quick little background on me if you don't know me, if you're brand new here. I'm a 1/3 emotional projector, obviously, and a mindset and manifestation teacher. And it's funny, a lot of you guys came today from the Manifestation Babe group. So I actually went on the Manifestation Babe retreat 2 years ago, and it completely changed my life. And spent a week with her, and right after that, I just changed everything. I used to have a brick and mortar business, and I was a personal trainer, and I owned a gym and a nutritionist, and then I retired that. Anyway, I have a story about that. But so love Catherine, and I met some of my most amazing best friends on that retreat. So if you ever have the chance to go when the world opens up, that was just a life-changing experience for all of us. So yeah, I've created my total dream life, and even in, most notably in the space of 1 year, was able to really drastically change things. So I went from single and living in my little sister's backyard, which sounds like I was living in a tent, but it was like a little like in-law suite thing, to living in my dream oceanfront home. I met, got engaged, and got married to my soulmate within 3 months. I retired my brick and mortar gym business and made a career like through switching into the online sphere, teaching mindset and manifestation, and continued to make 6 figures ever since, and it continues to grow. I've also recovered from a 16-year binge eating and bulimia eating disorder. So that's a huge part of my work, is helping women with their relationship to food, finding food freedom. My biggest kind of course is called Manifesting Dream Body, and that's kind of my biggest kind of area of expertise, aside from human design and projectors. And in the process, I ditched dieting and only exercised when I wanted. And did I already say lost 35 pounds in the process? I've also healed a really severe back injury. I was told that I should never work out again. I could never, I needed to quit my job being a personal trainer, and I would never run again. And then I completely healed it through using the power of my mind and visualization, and ended up running a sub 4-hour marathon. So all of that to say is just that I never could have imagined the life that I've created for myself, and I'm just really excited to teach these techniques to you guys today and in my courses and in my membership, and see you start creating a life that's so much bigger and more amazing than you could have ever imagined. So I just kind of wanted to lead in with that, like I really truly know that this stuff works. It's so powerful. You are so powerful. And I also discovered my human design in the last year, and that was like, oh my God, such a relief. And my husband is a projector. All of my best friends are projectors. My business partner is a projector. Like, all of my favorite people are projectors. So you guys are my people, and I'm so happy that we can all be in this together and just learn more around our human design. So I really want to start off with a meditation I really want to activate your projector power and get us all into the flow. So if you can, head somewhere quiet, maybe throw on some headphones. Hi, Melly from Germany. That's amazing. I'm in Canada, Victoria, BC. And we're just going to do a little meditation. So get comfortable, and I'm going to lead you through it. So close your eyes, throw on some music here, and I hope the sound is okay. Let me know if the music is too loud, but I think it should be okay. But let's begin with tuning in to the cycle of breath, just breathing in and out. Slowing down your breathing, focusing on full expansion with each inhale, and completely releasing and letting go with each exhale. As you inhale, breathe in the positive vibrations of the universe, filling up your soul, using the oxygen to energize each and every cell with pure, positive energy. And as you exhale, release any doubt, worry, fear. This is your time. All you need to do is sit back, breathe, and just let my words wash over you. Inhale pure, positive love energy. And exhale, releasing any thoughts that no longer serve you, anything that brings up resistance, just letting it go. And I just want you to continue with that cycle of breath for a few moments here. Expanding and releasing, letting go of any tension in your shoulders, in your body. Feel yourself just getting a little bit heavier, sinking deeper, finding that comfortable breath. And now, I want you to align with your design. You are a projector. We are magical guides. We have the ability to see what no one else can. We are innately gifted at helping others. We are a beautiful, shining light in this world. We are powerful light beings that each have a unique message and purpose to bring forward. Everyone out there is searching for your guidance without even realizing it yet. We have the solutions, the superpower, and the ability to see. We are projectors. We now choose to let go of the old paradigm that hard work and hustle is equal to success. Deep down, we have known our entire lives that there is an easier way, that it gets to be fun, it gets to be easy, it gets to flow. Success will overflow for us as we live in alignment with our soul's purpose. As we tap into our intuition and follow the guidance that comes, we will be overcome with invitations. Breathe that in. Feel that knowing deep into your core. As we get quiet and create space and honor our true selves, we allow the magic in. We allow ourselves to access the even greater guidance available to us that is always surrounding us. We just can't hear it clearly when we're stuck in comparison and striving with the rest of society. But as we let go of the rules, we step into our power. We light up. We are a beacon, a shining light for others that are seeking solutions and inviting us in. We simply need to allow ourselves to turn on the light, to let go of expectation and instead flow with the guidance that is all around us, ready to bring us back to our truth. We are projectors, and we are more powerful than we could ever imagine. Breathing in, breathing out, and coming back to the room that you are in, opening your eyes, and back to the live stream party. Hello, Ree from Vegas. Thank you guys for joining me for that meditation. Feel free to come back to that anytime. I really hope, let me know what you felt as I went through that. I hope that made you feel much more empowered around your human design and being a projector, because I just love those words. And those just flowed out of me yesterday, so that felt really good. I hope it just resonated down into your soul, and this is the truth. This is what is always available to us. Hello, Janae from Toronto. Oh, that's where my best friend is. That's where I met my husband. Then I dragged him out to the West Coast. Not really dragged. He was ready to run there. So I don't want you to ever feel that being a projector is like the less powerful of the human design types. So each and every design has its own power, and although we may wish at first to like be like the other types, we know that this is what feels so good and right to us. It's just the societal conditioning that makes us wish that we could have more energy and kind of be in a different, like, be able to do more or be more or initiate or that sort of thing. So let's dive in to kind of what Projectors Getting Paid is all about, and I want you to walk away from this experience just fully in love with your design and all the magic that it holds for you. So I wanted to next go into some essential mindset work that, just trying to get my background there, that is really important for us projectors to dive into as we begin this journey. So We are raised in a society that really honors hard work. We know that. And if you're anything like me, you've probably tried everything you can to keep up with the rest of the world. Like, I am like energy drinks, coffee, guilty naps, supplements, whatever. But here's the thing that I really recently realized, and what we're doing in taking all of that action in a way to try to be like someone else is we're actually blocking ourselves from our true signature of success. We're really living out of alignment with our design, which make things so much harder than they need to be. And we just get really involved in the struggle of society instead of just honoring our truth. So I just really want you guys to start recognizing what feels true for you and honoring that and knowing what is true for you. So let's start with the old rules that you're kind of ready to let go of around success. So what do you believe that you need to do? Sorry. Believing is it's like really bothering me when the background isn't even. I'm apparently more OCD than I realized. Okay, we're gonna stop touching the laptop now. What are you unconsciously or consciously believing that you must do in order to see the results that you desire? So I know for me, like I really did think like I had to force. I had to always be selling. I needed to be working really hard. I needed to do what everyone else was doing in order to see results. And this just really started to feel super inauthentic and not good, as well as burned me out and put me in such a comparison cycle that it was a lose-lose cycle. Like I can't keep up no matter how much energy drinks I have, and then I'm still feeling like I'm falling short all the time. And my huge thing is manifestation mindset. So whatever you are feeling and thinking the majority of the time is what keeps showing up for you. So I kept feeling like I couldn't keep up, and of course I couldn't keep up. I got severe adrenal fatigue and just totally crashed. So I had the most amazing success when I purely followed what felt good. And this is like when I first started my business, because I knew nothing about business. I was a waitress, and I didn't look at what anyone else was doing. And this was the best thing. I've mentioned this before in previous live streams of that was the best thing I ever did. And I highly recommend, if you're a projector with your own business, don't look at what anyone else is doing. Like, let that go, because as soon as it's so funny, like my first ever launch of like an online thing, I had 385 people sign up, and I just did one Facebook post. I had no idea what I was doing. I just had people e-transfer me the money. Like, it's so funny. And then the more I got caught up in the marketing and what I needed to do and have a website and have all these sales pages, like I never even knew about any of that. And the more I got caught up in it, the more confused and doubtful I got around my success. And although I've always been like quite successful, I think innately, like I do have that belief in myself. I definitely made it a lot harder than it needed to be. So, I think really making sure that you're taking a look at all these rules that you have for your success and what you need to do in order to succeed, because that's what's holding you back. So I would love to hear, like, if you guys do have some rules for success that are coming up for you, and we can go through them. But yeah, mine was a lot of like hard work, had to be putting stuff out there all the time, always have to show up online, always have to have the perfect sales page, have to like have a funnel, have to grow my following. That was a big one that I've recently let go of, and it's so freeing. And I don't think it's any coincidence that I let go of it, and then a whole bunch of new people just flooded into this group, which is so funny. And then I want you, in comparison, to choose an area of your life that feels really easy. So it just comes naturally to you. It could be like your relationships, your body, cleaning, cooking, business, whatever it is. Choose something super simple, something that you're just naturally good at. You don't overthink it, and you feel really confident in that area. And ironically, as I kind of mentioned at the beginning, like I struggled for 16 years with binge eating, bulimia. Like I had a severe struggle with food for over half my life. And now Dream Body or Body Beliefs is actually the easiest area for me. So I do want you to use that as something to feel really excited about, because the fact that I went from such immense struggle to now this being the easiest thing for me is just proof that you can change any area of your life, and you can change your beliefs and then see the results. Because I changed my beliefs around my body. I started really kind of programming in a way that I could eat whatever I wanted and lose weight. I didn't need to exercise. And like now truly, like I'm in my dream body, the body that I starved myself and could never be at this weight. And I don't work out anymore. I used to be a personal trainer. I used to train for marathons. Although I do enjoy working out, but I just haven't been for months. And I eat like ice cream, chocolate, whatever, French fries, burgers, like every single day. Like I wouldn't call my diet healthy, but I'm just saying that to show you that you can shift any belief. And I used to never think that this was possible for me, but I was able to shift it, and you can as well. So I want you to think of your top 2 to 3 beliefs in the area that comes easiest to you. So here's an example, and I'd love to hear if you guys want to share. But so my beliefs around my body are that my body easily maintains itself regardless of how much I eat. Weight loss is easy and natural when I focus on tuning into my hunger and fullness and what feels good. I don't need to do anything to be in my dream body. Exercise and healthy foods are a bonus. And my natural set point is just like where I feel amazing. And if you take your good beliefs, the natural ones, and then replace that topic with whatever you're perceiving to be a struggle right now, it's so enlightening. So I'm using money as an example here. So I would change it to my bank account easily maintains itself regardless of how much I spend. So you can see I'm using the exact same kind of framework. Money is easy and natural and flows when I focus on what feels good. I don't need to do anything to make money. Anything additional that I do is just a bonus because I love it. And my set point with money is where it feels amazing. So I just found this like so incredible to look at the contrast of where my beliefs are. So I have another friend who might be watching this. She's also a projector, and it's so funny because she is like killing it on the money beliefs. And the best part about that is that for anyone who's like, this is kind of a side topic, but who doesn't have their own business and they have a salary job and don't believe that they can manifest money, like she has a salary job and she's manifested like $45,000 in a week. It was like so insane. So she hired me as a coach to help her with Dream Body, and we just kind of started comparing like the beliefs. So it's so fascinating because she was like, I'm so itchy, the cat scratched me last night. She's like, I just believe that whatever I spend is going to come back to me double, and it always does. And I'm like, that's so interesting, because I used to believe that, and I used to have that experience, and then I started really getting in my head. I started getting into the manifestation world, and I was like, oh my God, what are my money beliefs? What do I believe to be true about money? What do I feel about money? And I really started overthinking it. And then it started to I started to notice like where I needed to go to work and be like, I have more work to do. I need to fix these things. I'm going to dive into all of this. But anyway, I just thought that was so interesting, and how now it's like, if I do spend, I have like this like dose of guilt, or I make it mean that I'm like never going to be successful or whatever, and I love spending. So obviously that's like not in alignment with how I want to live my life. So I feel that using an area of your life that feels really natural and easy to you is the best way to start creating new beliefs that you can get behind, because you already know them to be true in that other area. So why wouldn't they be true in this new area? And if you can't really believe that, I want you to ask yourself, what makes this area of my life that comes natural any different than the other? Because that is your exact limiting belief that you want to go to work on. So let me know if that makes sense to you guys. So I also want to remind you that it's 1,000,000% possible to start changing your beliefs. And like I said, I struggled hardcore for years. And a very common theme is I've been really diving more into this idea, and don't worry, I'm going to get much more into the projector stuff as well, and asking people their own opinions and in areas that they feel great in, is that they never make themselves wrong for anything. And this is so important as a projector. So there's a stark difference between my overeating talk and my overspending talk. I eat a Dairy Queen Blizzard ice cream cake for lunch, and I'm like, great, that's gonna make me even skinnier because now I'm super satisfied, I feel great. And oh my God, I have no self-control. I'm gonna like be in debt forever. I am like such a failure, blah, blah, blah. I spiral down this thing. So really look at, what are you making it mean? So if we were applying that to being a projector, really notice like, where are you making yourself wrong? Are you making yourself wrong for rest and the amount of hours that you work? Are you making yourself wrong for how you're spending your days? The more you make yourself wrong for these things, the more you get what you focus on, and they become wrong. So for example, I challenge you for the next week, well, forever, ideally, to start making everything mean that it's working for you. So I had a nap, and I've really been able to do this, with naps. I believe now naps are my superpower that lead to my greatest success. And I used to feel so guilty about naps, but I literally nap basically every day. So I make naps mean that I'm recharging. I'll have more inspiration. I'm going to be more creative. I'm going to have all the downloads when I'm meditating into my nap. That's what I make naps mean. But I used to make them mean I'm lazy, I'm a failure, I'm going to be so groggy after this, and then I'm going to get nothing done. And that's what would happen. But now I make it mean I'm going to feel so energized after this. I'm going to be totally refreshed. And then I'm going to have my most productive afternoon ever. And that's what happens. So it's all about your mindset and the story that you're telling. So really look at what is the narrative that is coming up for you, and recognize that you can have your cake and eat it too and be in your dream body, and you can have your naps and work how and when you want and get paid substantially and experience massive success. And I really hope that you guys can really take that on. So and this is gonna start creating the most ease and flow in your life if you are really starting to apply that ease and flow beliefs into your new beliefs. So, and this is going to have you start creating in a way that you've never experienced before. So stop making yourself wrong and start celebrating yourself instead. And I mean, there's so much I could go into in terms of, as humans, we always think, well, if I celebrate myself for doing something that I shouldn't be doing, then okay, so a good example is body, and I usually just come back to this because that's my main area that I talk about a lot. A lot of women believe that if they love their body where it is, then it's never going to change, and the exact opposite is true. I lost 35 pounds effortlessly when I finally started just loving my body where it was and accepting it, because when you are hating where you are here. You are fighting against yourself. You are in resistance. You are not going to get anywhere. But if you release the pressure, I have to get out of here, I hate where I am, and start loving where you are, that resistance goes away. And now literally it's so easy to move forward. So that's a whole other live stream topic, but I did just want to mention that. So inside Projectors Getting Paid, week 1 is all about the energetics of money, which is one of my favorite things to teach on, because money isn't about how hard you work and how much you do or how many followers you have. Money is about your expectation, your vibration, and where your focus is. And when you think about so this is a question that I'm asking you guys, and I would love if you can answer it. When you think about money, what is the top 3 thoughts or emotions, feelings that crop up for you? What off the top of your head? And I would love to hear before I tell you what that means. But so mine are excitement, fun, and freedom. But I mean, a few days ago, I was in a lot of fear, and I was oh my God, worry, dread, doubt, uncertainty. But I was able to shift it, and then I was able to bring in a whole bunch of money out of nowhere, magical money. It's kind of pretty good, some magical money vibes. Let me know what your things are. Well, anyway, so this is your top 3 emotions or thoughts are your dominant vibration, and that is what you're going to continue to get more of. So don't fear. I have a really easy practice for you guys that you can start shifting it immediately. So take note of where you are, and then can I post a picture in here? Sticker. I want to see, because I want, oh, no, I don't want a sticker. I want to do, this is the emotional guidance scale. No, damn it, won't let me. I'll post it in after. I think I posted it in there before. I think it's in the photos. And so basically here, it's the backdrop of my phone so you guys can see it. Let me just clear. Okay, so basically what it is it's the lowest vibe frequency up to the highest vibration frequency, and you can easily move yourself into a higher vibration and start experiencing different results. And I just find this super helpful to use to shift yourself. So let's say you're starting in worry and doubt, which on the scale is right here. And then you're just gonna try to move up: disappointment, overwhelm, frustration, irritation, impatience. So I'm gonna guide you through that right now. So I just wanna make sure okay, worry and fear. So, okay, let's start with worry and fear. So in this exercise for Janini, I'm gonna start with worry. Fear is the lowest possible vibration, so we can also do that, but I'm just going to start with worry for simplicity's sake. It was the first one you mentioned, so I'm hoping that's kind of the more dominant one. So let's say you're in worry. I'm worried about my money. I'm worried that I'm never going to make enough money. I doubt that I'm ever going to be able to have an abundance of money or overflow of money. I worry about paying my bills. I worry about if this is ever going to change for me. I worry and doubt that that having an abundance of money is meant for me, or that any of this stuff works, or maybe being a projector is just a whole bunch of bullshit. Okay, so then you're going to move up into disappointment. I'm disappointed that I haven't been able to change my money story yet. I'm disappointed in the state of my bank account or in my credit cards. I'm disappointed in myself for maybe not saving. I'm totally like taking liberties here. Like, I don't know what your story is, but hopefully it resonates. I'm disappointed in myself for not like making enough money or saving enough money or possibly overspending. Now we're going to move in up to overwhelm. I'm overwhelmed by like the amount of bills I have to pay and like where to budget things, and I don't really even like budgeting, and I'm overwhelmed by all the different money mindset teachers that are out there and all the different recommendations and waiting for an invitation, and I just feel very overwhelmed with changing my money story for good. Then we're going to move up into frustration, irritation, impatience. I'm so frustrated that I'm still in this position with money. I'm irritated that I don't have enough, that I can't buy the things that I want. I'm impatient because I'm impatient for more money to flow in, because I'm ready to like take it to the next level, and I want to have this and this and this, and I'm impatient I'm impatient for the money to start showing up in my reality. Like, when the hell, universe, is this going to start coming? I'm very frustrated with you. Then we're going to move into bored and unsatisfied. So that would be like, I'm unsatisfied with the state of my bank account. I'm bored of feeling this way and never really quite having enough. I'm bored of, I'm just going to start kind of making things up, like of the work that I do, and then I'm not really stimulated in my job, and I'm not really making enough money. I'm bored of always feeling this way around money and never really making a change. Then you're going to move up into content and satisfied in whatever way you can. This is where we're jumping into the good, not the good. There's no good and bad. There's just higher vibration and there's lower vibration, and they're all essential to the manifestation process and life and being a human. So I'm content and satisfied that I do have everything I need in this moment. I have enough food to eat. I have internet. I'm satisfied that I know that there are more options for me, and there are people out there teaching things, and there's lots of free content. I'm content that I'm able to watch this live stream and learn from Tara. I'm satisfied in that I have enough. I always kind of get by. Like, the fact that you have internet and you're watching this right now, like, means that there is something to find some sort of satisfaction around with money. I'm satisfied in that maybe I have enough credit, maybe I have a line of credit, and that's something that brings you an ease of mind, etc. Then we're going to move into hopeful and relief. So I'm hopeful that I can shift this, and I would feel so much relief if I could really change my money story and start seeing results as well as being a projector. I'm really hopeful that this could be the key to me changing everything and using the emotional guidance scale. I'm really hopeful that there are people out there that can help me. I'm so hopeful that this is something that could change for me, and I could start to see a new reality around money, one that feels so free and fun and exciting and abundant. Then you move into positive belief and optimism. So I do have positive belief around my ability to change my story. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be watching this live stream, and I wouldn't be contributing. I do have positive belief in myself. Even if I do like go through the ups and downs, deep down, I know that I'm meant for more. I do have belief that I'm capable of changing this story, and I'm optimistic that things could shift for me in terms of my money mindset. I've seen many people do it before. I am optimistic that things could also shift for me, because why not? Why not me? And then we move into excited, eager, and happy, which is I'm so excited and eager to see like how this shifts. I'm so excited to see the change in my bank account. I can't wait to open up my bank account and see more money than I've ever seen in there before. I'm so eager to start changing my story and then start seeing the results, or start really living by my design and then finding more money flow into me in the most effortless and exciting ways. And then we move to the very top. And again, I'll just finish and then I'll go on. Joy, appreciation, and love. So I feel so appreciative for what I do have and that I have so many resources and guidance available to me now. Like I can listen to podcasts about this. I can watch live streams. I can dive into the money mindset work. There are so many people out there who have the solution for me. I'm here, I got you. I love that I'm able to notice this and become aware of it and now have some techniques to start shifting. I really appreciate the emotional frequency scale that I can now use at any time to start shifting my vibration, so on and so forth. So let me know if you felt yourself shift. So what I just did there is actually, I have an entire course on this called the happiness frequency, but it's just about shifting your vibration one step at a time. And you do not need to go from fear, grief, despair, powerlessness up to joy, appreciation, and love. Sometimes I recommend for my clients, if it's something that's super sticky, it's like, okay, can you move up one or two? Because fear, you could even move up to anger, and that's actually a much higher vibration with more energy behind it. And then you could just choose a different topic to move up the scale. For example, if money brings up a lot of shit for you, see how high you can get in a genuine way, because here's the thing. You can't just do this and not feel it. You want to actually feel the shift in your feelings and your vibration. But if you can get up to anger and revenge, and then maybe you can go into like, I'm actually really like content and satisfied with my relationship. And I'm so hopeful that we're going to get married next year or whatever. Like you can shift topics. The whole point is to change your vibration, and as you continue using that and working through it, like with the topic that you're struggling with, it will keep getting easier and easier with time, and you're going to start changing your vibrational set point. So if your set point right now is at fear, worry, it does not need to stay there. That doesn't mean you can't change it. The more that you kind of work through the scale and practice that whenever the topic of money comes up, here's like you don't need to have the scale. You actually don't need anything, but I love having it as the background on my phone. You're reaching for a sense of relief with any thought that you can. So if you are going to spend money on your credit card and it gets declined and you feel so much like embarrassment, shame, guilt, you want to reach for a sense of relief. Okay, so what could that be? It could be like, well, I mean, I didn't really need that and that's okay, and like no harm, no foul. Or I know that I can go pay $100 on my credit card and then this won't happen again. Or like searching for a small thought, just a tiny step in the right direction that brings you a sense of like, okay, it doesn't need to be like this ecstatic joy. It just needs to be like, okay, like I'm okay. That is going to change everything for you guys. So that was that. We just shifted the vibration around money and are now attracting from a completely different place. And the key is to come back to that whenever you can notice, and whenever you're noticing those lower vibration emotions crop up. And then in terms of being a projector, more specifically around money, success is our signature. So if money is a piece of this success for you, and I know that for me, like, money is important to me in terms of being successful, and I'm not afraid to admit that. So you can be confident that when you're living by your design, you are naturally going to create more money without forcing it. And I think the biggest question that I get asked all the time for projectors is around the invitations. And this is where if you're watched my Instagram stories, at Tara Brunet Mindset, if you're not following me, I was talking about my great analogy this morning. This is where my analogy is going to come in. My husband didn't get it, but you guys are going to get it. It's really good. So there's so much emphasis placed on waiting for the invitation that I feel like we're manifesting more waiting. And we need to start placing our emphasis on instead being a light, and the invitations will flow. So don't worry about invitations. About you, and stop giving your power away to everyone else, because when you're obsessing about waiting for an invitation, you're just giving your power away, and you're needing external validation of the invitation in order to feel good about yourself. And if you need an invitation to feel good about yourself, you are not living as a projector. The most important thing as a projector, what's going on here, is to stand in your self-worth and not need any invitations. And my husband is such an amazing example of this, because He's also a projector, like I said, and we're very different. And I'm gonna dive a lot into this in terms of marketing and stuff in the Projectors Getting Paid course. Like, I'm hoping I can get him on camera. He's a little shy, but I'm obviously like in the online space, and I love going on Instagram stories, and I'm always like writing posts. Like, he had, like, in Ontario, we just moved here, so he's like restarting his business, but in Ontario, he had a 9-month wait list for his practice, being an osteopath, and he never had Instagram. Like, he had a website, but he didn't go out and promote anything. He knew that he was the best in the world at what he did, and the people found him, and they came and they talked about him to everybody they knew, and he was so busy, he could not keep up, and he had total burnout. And also it's so funny because so basically what he does is he's an osteopath, and he treats post-concussion symptoms, and he's kind of like discovered this whole entirely new world where he has a 100% success rate in curing post-concussion syndrome, and he has a very high rate, and he just liked one person's Instagram post on Instagram, and she flew out here for 6 weeks from New York during a pandemic, paid him $20,000, and like, it's that easy, you guys, it's that easy. Like, he didn't need to send her a message, because we're projectors. He just needed her to see that he was there, and she saw him, and he had his light on, and she was like, done, I'm there. And I think this, like, he's such a good example of living as a projector, and I'm always like kind of jealous of him because he is so good at just holding strong in his, like, I'm the best in the world, like, I don't need to do anything. And I'm like, oh, where can I get that? But I'm definitely adopting it more and more. So in order for the invitations to flow, your biggest thing is like, am I doing what lights me up? Am I in my power around what I offer or what I do? And am I sharing about it in a way that feels good to me? Because you don't need to have an invitation to create. You don't need to wait for an invitation to follow your heart and for what feels good. Like, no one invited me to create this Facebook group or this event, but there's almost 600 of you here, and I made it because I wanted a resource for all projectors and for me to meet other projectors, because I knew that this was something that was kind of lacking, and bringing projectors together so we could just all unite in our amazingness and learn from each other. So we get so stuck on the whole waiting for the invitation, but the invitation comes when you're doing what you love, and you don't need any invitations. So my most significant invitations have come as a result from me doing what I love and then just sharing about it. And I have a really actually cool story about an invitation that I'll just quickly share. In terms of, like I said, I was a personal trainer and nutritionist. I was like kind of in the closet about my manifestation stuff and like my law of attraction mindset work, but I shared about how I really loved vision boards because I'm like a vision board junkie, and every single thing on my vision board has always come true. And I just like shared about that, and then somebody, and there's another like backstory of I was trying to manifest like a certain amount of money to pay off my credit card, and then somebody just messaged me randomly. She's like, you should offer a vision board workshop. And I was like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. Like, invitation. I did one post, 40 women signed up, and it was the exact amount of money I needed to pay off my credit card. And I never would have really put that out there, and that invitation never would have come if I hadn't shared about something that I love. So remember, you don't need an invitation to share and create. So I think, and here's a caveat. You do need an invitation to share your guidance when people haven't asked you for it. So you can share what you love. Oh, sorry. But don't like go into somebody's DMs. Oh no, did I? Okay. Don't go into somebody's like DMs and be like, you need to do this. I see what you're doing wrong. And that's never going to work. So it's like, don't go up to somebody and share your opinion and guidance when they haven't asked for it, but share what you love. Share what you're excited about. People who are interested in what you have to say are following you, and they want to know what you're excited about. That's the whole thing. We're such a light. Okay. Are you ready for this invitations? Okay, wait, hold on. So you don't need an invitation to post on Instagram or make YouTube videos or create courses. And so this is the most important thing. Do not do things in order to seek an invitation or to get something in return, because that's where the needy, repelling energy comes in. Do things because you love them without needing anything back. And that's when you're in your power and you are a light. And this is like the event that I'm doing today. I'm doing this because I'm excited about sharing about money and projectors. And yes, I do have a course coming up, but I'm not doing this because of that. I don't need any of you guys to watch this live stream. I don't need any of you guys to sign up for my course. I don't need any anything from you. I would do this regardless because I love it. I love doing live streams. I love doing my makeup. I love talking about manifestation and mindset and projectors. And I just love this shit so much. So I just share about the things that I love. And I know that in doing so, I'm turning on my light and I am here. And the people that resonate will invite me to whatever they need. So here is a great analogy for you guys. I really hope this lands better than it did with my husband. But think of yourself in it living, like this is your life. You live in this glass house that's obviously glass, people can see in, and it's nighttime. It's always nighttime in this analogy. If you are waiting for an invitation to do anything, that's like sitting in the darkness, waiting for somebody to walk by, see you in the darkness, knock on the door, and invite you to do something. Nobody's ever gonna do that, first of all. But if you have all your lights on, and you are just doing what you love, and you are creating, and you've got all the things you love up on the walls, and you're reading all the books that you love, and you're just there in your element. See all the things that you are so excited about, and they're going to be like, I want to know more about that, and they're going to come knock on the door, and they are going to invite you to share things with them or come out and play with them or whatever it is. So are you just like sitting in the dark waiting for an invitation? Because that's never going to come. You need to turn your lights on. You need to be living in that place of excitement and joy, and not all the time. Obviously, you don't need to be like super happy to get invitations, but I just hope that analogy helps because that just makes so much sense to me. It's like I'm in my glass house, the lights are all on, everyone can invite me anytime, but in the meantime, I'm so happy in here. I love it. I'm doing everything that I love. I don't need anyone to come knock on the door and invite me. I'm not like sitting at the, it's like another form of that analogy would be like people that are doing those things and have their lights on, but then they're like sitting at the window being like, come, like, will you come invite me? Like, just be in your element, be in your power, be in your self-worth, be excited about what you're doing. So I think that's a brilliant analogy. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. So do you have your lights on, doing what you love because you love it, or are you sitting in the dark waiting for someone to come invite you? And I also really wanted to touch on gene keys today because I am obsessed with gene keys. So this was so helpful for me in recognizing so many things. So the first thing you need to do is use the same information that you use for human design and enter it into the link, which I shared in the description. I've put every link that I've talked about in this live stream up at the top. So it's the Gene Keys free profile. And what was I doing? The only annoying part about Gene Keys is you have to get like more info, you have to buy the books, but do not fear because I bought all the books and I'm going to be diving into each and every person who is in the Projector Project, in the Projectors Getting Paid course for their abundance keys and life's purpose and all the things. So there's so much to know, but I found Gene Keys to be even more effective than human design. And what Gene Keys are is it's actually just like a branch off of human design. So it's someone that studied under Ra Uru Hu, and he created another system which is kind of a lot more detailed, and I feel like it just helps give you more things to kind of be actionable on. So the fun thing to look at in your genes key profile when you enter it in is like your deepest purpose, like what key is that? Also, if you're interested in money, it would be like unlocking your prosperity and how you undermine your prosperity. So in order to actually read those, you need the book, but if you're in the course, I'm going to send you the entire breakdown of all your keys, so don't worry about that. But in the meantime, you can look at your purpose, radiance, evolution, life work, and these things are so on the mark. It's so crazy. Like, my life's work is I'm destined to be an authority figure in the world. I'm meant to be recognized. You know what's so funny? It says it is of great importance that you understand the laws of money because you have a gift in that area. So you need to understand the needs and patterns of others concerning money and business. And that is like my life's work. So I'm doing it. I'm doing my life work, guys, which feels very good. And then you can look at like your purpose, which I really love this as well. My purpose is to create sparks wherever I go, rouse stagnant energy, provoke others to see and do things in new and different ways. If I reach the end of my life without shaking things up, I will not have lived my life fully. So it says it only matters that you make others feel life burning inside them as you feel it burning within you. And I cannot have an agenda. It's a feeling that simply floods you. You know you're on the right track and hold nothing back. So like I just got goosebumps because that is like what I'm doing right now. Like I just really love this stuff. And I would love to like dive into more of the Gene Keys stuff with you guys. So I'd love to hear if it resonated with you. If you've looked into your Gene Keys before, tell me about your purpose and your prosperity keys and your life's work. And there's also, he talks about your evolution. So what you're meant to learn, which is also exactly on the mark for me. It's like I'm meant to learn to cope with uncertainty and fear. And I am a very avoidant person and I do not like uncertainty. But I'm really learning to embrace it, embracing the uncertainty. So in terms of the Gene Keys and how they work, there's 3 kind of parts to each key. So there's the shadow, is kind of what we're meant to evolve through, and then the gift, which is like when we're really truly embracing our Gene Key and living it. And then there's the city level, which is like enlightenment, which is like a nice goal. So it gives a really clear roadmap. I find like it's definitely intense and like a lot in the book. It's a lot to absorb. You have to read everything a lot of times, but it really helped me create more actionable steps on how to move forward. So if I was using my prosperity key as an example, my prosperity key is the gift of style. So this means I need to really embrace doing things my own way and not caring what anyone else thinks, which is funny that I'm saying that because that's been coming up like a lot for me in the past few days. And like my prosperity key is full of like genius and quantum leaps. I'm meant to transform the shadow of mediocrity, which means letting go of the fear of being different, because it really prevents me from like rising out of mass consciousness and diving deep. There's a fear of success in there, not because I don't believe that I will be, not because I'm afraid I will fail, but because I know in order to succeed, I need to rebel against everything else and be totally stand out and different. And you guys, that makes me sweat. Like I'm getting much better at embracing it. And I think it actually is, such a testament to Gene Keys, where my Manifesting Dream Buddy course that I created was very against the grain. I was like, you don't need to ever diet. You don't need to ever work out. You can lose weight and be in your dream body just by changing your mind. And as a former nutritionist and personal trainer, that was so scary to put out there, you guys. Like I was so afraid that everyone would judge me and question me and challenge me, but nobody did, and it's because it works and it's true and it's my truth, and it worked absolutely for me. So I just find that fascinating that the biggest success and launches I have are when I'm really just ignoring what everyone else, I'm not trying to please anybody else or go with what everyone else thinks. And I'm so ready to really like adopt that and embrace that, you guys. It gets to be so easy. You get to make money while you sleep, okay? So it's really for prosperity, like I need to invent my own path and go beyond my comfort zone where there are no assurances that I'll succeed except for my own faith. So within the course, I'm diving into every single gate and channel within your human design that relates to money and abundance, mostly your G center, if you have gone into that, and all of your Gene Keys. And here's the thing where, if I can brag for one moment, where I really excel is knowledge is nothing without application. So I'm very intentional in my courses about making sure that everything in this course is applicable in 10 minutes a day. That's my thing. It's like 10 minutes a day will change your life, and you don't need any more than that. And I truly believe that. And that's like a whole other thing that I have around the 10-minute rule, which lives inside my membership. And if you're interested in that, that's like a 30-day course all about like beating procrastination, self-sabotage, etc., using the 10-minute rule. And inside the membership, I have a 30 days of human design journaling prompts. I'm just mentioning this because if you can't afford to do the projector course, although you do have a $44 off coupon for the next 24 hours. You could also check out the membership, which has tons of content. The human design journaling prompts are really good, and there's a freebie that I listed in, I don't know why I'm doing this. There's a freebie listed at the top in the comments there for you guys if you want to do that. So it's 5 days diving into the aspects of your chart with journaling prompts, and I love that daily mindset design. But yeah, my membership is just like everything. So it's like 9 months of daily mindset designs, meditations, hypnosis, all my courses and teachings. And plus in my previous life, as I said, I was a personal trainer. So there's 300 workout videos in there that you can do at home. Totally random. Anyway, so that was kind of a very small snippet into week 2 of Projectors Getting Paid. And then in week 3, we're diving into doing things your way for success, really embracing your self-worth and discovering like your own truth. And then also going into projector marketing strategies in business, which here's a hint, there are none. Do what feels good to you. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to have Instagram. If you don't like Instagram, you don't even need to have a website. I have heard of people who make millions of dollars without having a website. There's actually a coach that I follow who used to be go under the invisible coach, and she had no website. She was only by referral only, and she built $1 million business that way. So if you are a projector that does not like to put yourself out there all the time, and that's not your thing, that's fine. That's my husband, and he is very successful. But I wouldn't say that he's sitting in the dark if we went back to that analogy, because he's so in his self-worth and he does what he loves, but he doesn't need to like put it out there on social media to be like he has a website. Anyway, that's a side note. So, and then week 4 is all about overflow and ease, which I sort of touched on at the beginning in terms of really recognizing that area of your life that you do have those easy beliefs. But I also wanted to save some time today. I don't think I've ever done like an hour long live stream. I'm quite stoked on how this went. I want to save some time for Q&As for you guys, so please let me know if you have any questions. And there was one that was posted in the group this morning that I was going to answer. She said, I'm curious to know if there's anything you do when guilt comes up for choosing not to get pulled into the pace of this world. I usually feel the feels and speak nurturing words to myself, but I'm curious to see what are some other ways you guys navigate this. So I think this is a really great question. I also think COVID is like such a blessing for us, because now we have like every excuse in the book to just like retreat and be in our own little worlds. But I feel like you've really got it nailed down. Like that's typically what I do. I always check in with myself, like, am I doing, so if you're feeling that you are that you're getting pulled into the world against your will, I know this isn't your question, but I always check in with myself, am I doing this out of love or fear? Or am I doing this out of lack or abundance? So if I know when I'm coming from like fear, lack, then it's like feeling like I should do this, like this, because I need to, like, whatever, I'm fearful that no one will see me. Then I know it's time to take a step back and get back into alignment with my abundance. And even it's also it helps me really like ease the guilt when I think about like, if I do something out of like lack, fear, or worry, I'm only going to create more lack, fear, or worry, and it's literally never going to lead to anything good. So that is the most important thing. And then, really changing, so this kind of comes back to, at the beginning I mentioned, like, what is the story you're telling? So if you're feeling guilty for choosing not to get pulled into the pace of this world, what are you making it mean about you? Like, where's that guilt coming from? Are you making it mean that like you're not a good enough friend to people because you can't see them all the time, or you're not where's that guilt coming from? What is the story you're telling that's creating the guilt? And then really start reframing that into like, what do you want to make it mean? Because I never feel guilty for being in my own little hermit life. Like, I make it mean that like that is when I'm most effective. That is when I'm the best possible help to everyone around me. That is when I can really create the most and be my best self. So there's no guilt involved, because there used to be for sure, but I changed the narrative around making it mean, instead of like that I can't keep up or I'm not doing a good enough job, into actually I'm just really embracing what makes me feel good, which causes me to be the most effective and successful. Let me just see if we have any questions. That was the projector paradigm experience. I hope you guys enjoyed that today. Thank you so much for joining me. There is going to be so much more inside Projectors Getting Paid, which starts this Monday, March 8th. You have lifetime access. It'll be all the live streams, all the incredible workbook I'm putting together, so much more inside, a private Facebook group for all my little projectors getting paid, and I think I'm going to do a WhatsApp group. I just decided that right now because some of my other courses I do that. Depending on how many people there are. I think it'll be good though. And I can answer questions and send voice notes and check in like a few times a week inside the WhatsApp group. So I just can't wait. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Let me know if you have any questions at all and anything I can help with. I love you. Have a fabulous Wednesday. And I will see you soon.